The teenage boys in search of their mother after the Venezuela earthquake is a story of relentless hope and impossible courage that unfolded in the debris-filled streets of La Guaira. In the wake of two catastrophic earthquakes that struck the coastal state of Venezuela in 2020, thousands of survivors descended upon the torn city where buildings had collapsed into piles of concrete, steel, and shattered glass. Official figures put the death toll at 5,278, but government sources say the number could be as high as 10,000. And those numbers do not capture the way each missing person is mourned by families. Among the thousands of searchers, two 17-year-old brothers, Winder and Davy Delphin, captured a harrowing image of what this disaster has become for everyday citizens. The Delphin family had lost their mother Yasmani, their younger brother Moises, and their grandmother Carmen during the tremors. With only their determination to guide them, the brothers, along with their father and stepfather, began shovels in hand and faced endless dust and heat. For 26 grueling days they waded through the maze of collapsed foundations, used pickaxes, sawed through rebar, and pressed onward through thick, suffocating dust. Their hands bled, their lungs filled with grit, and sleeping atop the rubble became a nightly necessity for those exhausted from the continuous labor. On the 25th day of their search, Winder finally saw the outline of a flower-printed dress, a distinctive motif unmistakably belonging to their grandmother. Standing on the edge of the tunnel with his father's eyes fixed on that promising image, he whispered hope that the bodies of his Banana's mother and little Cher brother might still be just a short distance away. This moment underscored a bittersweet reality. Even after almost a month of relentless digging, many family members may still be lost. The children's desperation to locate bodies, often called moles for their ability to crawl into tight spaces, reminds us that it is the smallest among us who bear the greatest endurance. The violent reality that unfolded in La Guaira has strained the already debilitated Venezuelan state. Years of mismanagement, corruption, and economic sanctions have left the national disaster response severely under-resourced. Official efforts include soldiers moving back and forth on the streets, sweeping roads, and standing in lines for food packages from foreign aid groups. However, the responsibility for finding the dead has largely fallen into the hands of survivors themselves. From dawn to dusk, they fan out, armed only with their resolve and crude tools, hoping to bring closure to families who otherwise have every day to grieve. The personal story of Winder and Davy embodies not just a search for bodies, it illustrates the profound grief, pain, and relentless determination that shapes the Portugal of Venezuelan life in the wake of a natural disaster. Every field of my gene and similar aims bring an ordinary but powerful message about resilience. Thank you for listening to this story from the ruins. I hope it shows you how lives clung to hope in the shadows of disaster and how even the smallest voices can echo through the rubble. Until next time, stay strong and take care of one another. SC